integrity. Both are veterans of MA Athletics and proud sponsors of Mustang football. McDaniel and McDaniel, attorneys at law. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by the lawyer.
Even by Mike McDaniel, in terms of like some of the press conference stuff, it's cool to see.
Check out the Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
The stars of the summer are all here. There is nothing like La Liga. Fantastic finish. Yamal and Mbappe seem to be on a different planet. He can't stop scoring. Julian Alvarez, what a player. Talk about star power. That's what he does. From the home of the world champions, La Liga. Follow all 380 matches in English or Spanish on ESPN+.
Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
This is not some known leader. Everyone rallies behind Aaron Rodgers. That never happened in Green Bay.
Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
I hate that the Dodgers are now a super team. This is disgusting. I am so over it.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle.
Pat Mahomes is throwing it.
WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
It is Wednesday, August the 19th, 2026. Steve Moulton here with your update. The Alabama Crimson Tide have not named a starting quarterback, but ESPN's Pete Thamel believes that there is a leader in the clubhouse heading into scrimmage number 2.
The conversation in the last 72 hours has shifted to Keelan Russell pretty soon. So it's not done. It's not over. I'd be surprised at this point if Keelan Russell's not the starter.
Scrimmage number 2 for the Crimson Tide is tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. In Major League Baseball, another loss for the Braves and another win for the Phillies has shrinked the lead to 5.5 games for the Braves. It's a day game today, wrapping up their 3-game set in Minneapolis. 12:40 first pitch. You'll be able to hear it right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Trash Pandas also continued their series against Biloxi on Talk Radio WZZN.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live, here he is, the big dog, Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like El McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
Me over there, because there you go. Yeah, you got to turn the knobs and everything up. Goodness gracious almighty. All right, it is hump day in the doghouse. I am scattered right now. I don't know what they're doing on the other side of the glass, but I can tell you right now, this wouldn't happen if I was in the Big Dog Production studios, but I'm not. I'm not in my studio, okay? I'm in the palatial studios of our flagship station, 97.7 ESPN in Huntsville, because there's some sort of an Xfinity internet outage in Winchester that started like 11 o'clock or last night, 11:30 last night, while I'm watching a documentary on Bernie Kosar. And it was in the next thing you know, I got no internet. And this morning there's no internet, and there's no internet. And at 8:55 this morning, I had to make an executive decision to get out of there and head to the Big Dog, or to the studios here. Because the Big Dog Production Studio had no internet. And honestly, I don't know if I could use the ESPN Winchester studio or not. Okay, otherwise I'd have just gone down the street and used that studio. Now, I know a guy there, but I was unable to talk to him this morning since he was at some salon giving Chewy a makeover or something. I mean, I'm not sure if they hit him with a power washer or if they shaved his beard or they shaved his head to make him look like Joe. Maybe they took a weed whacker to his nose, gave him a mani-pedi. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. All right, but I do know that morning show host from the starting lineup, Joe Abraham, my oldest son, not to be confused with my youngest son, who is not pushing the right buttons over there on the board to get me up, is on the line with us right now. Joe, I just saw the picture that you sent me. I can't believe they did that to that guy.
Yeah, I can't believe it's the same guy. It's amazing. We are here at the El Grider Salon in downtown Winchester, and we considered, because Chewy is kind of his nickname is Chewy. He looks like a Wookiee. He kind of looks like a woodland creature.
Yeah.
And we considered taking him to like a vet or something like that to get him groomed and get his nails clipped and all the things. And the El Grider Salon said that they would do it, that they would take on this challenge. And I'll tell you what, he does not even look like the same person.
No.
They did a tremendous job.
Yeah.
And that being said, we wouldn't have been able to accomplish it if it wasn't for our new Starlink internet, because like you said, the internet in and around the town, I guess, is having issues.
So you were experiencing that too. I was trying to figure out to get a hold of you and find out if it was affecting you. I'm like, how are they on the air? Now, I know you got Starlink, but isn't the radio station, doesn't it have to have some sort of internet? Like, how are they getting, am I on the air there? Are they getting me? I mean, how is this?
Yeah, you're good to go. The station has internet, but our Xfinity and our thing, we wouldn't have been able to get connected, I don't think, over here. But regardless, we figured it out. I hate that you had to run down there. If we were over at the station, you could have certainly come in and done your show from over there.
Can I? Because I don't know. I don't know. Is there a way for me to connect to the mothership in Huntsville through ESPN Winchester studios, which are beautiful, but I need camera and I need some way to connect to these dudes. Do I have that ability from that studio, which is 1.5 miles from my house, as opposed to having to drive 60 miles to get here?
Yeah. I mean, we're here in rural southern Middle Tennessee, but we're pretty advanced when it comes to being a small town radio station. So I'm sure we could have gotten you up and running.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to do that, because this was last thing I needed was to add 2 hours of travel time to my day, because as you know, this is game week for high school football. I've got a game, you've got a game, you're doing Franklin County, I'm doing Bob Jones. I got to go to Hartselle for Bob Jones and Hartselle to open up things in 6A in Alabama on Friday night. And, I'm not ready for my game. I got Bassmaster Radio I got to record still. I had to go over to the church this morning and meet with a contractor, because I'm now the general contractor, apparently at Winchester First Baptist. So, I mean, it's just all kinds of stuff that is going on. And now I had to travel back and forth today, which is I cannot believe this picture of Chewy. They needed to tighten up that beard a little bit. Tell him that he could still tighten up the chin music on that beard. I mean, there's no reason not to go ahead and go tight all the way around.
No, he looks good.
Did they give him a mani-pedi too, or no?
No, but they did wax his nose, which was interesting. It looked like a small animal came out of each nostril.
Is he married, or does he have a girlfriend?
He's got a girlfriend.
Has she seen this yet?
I don't know if she has. I know she's at work. His mom, well, half the town was tuned in. We had like almost 5% of the entirety of Franklin County watch his makeover on the show today on Facebook. It was insane. We had over 1,000 people watching the show.
Yeah. He needs to show up tonight with a little wine, a little dinner maybe, because he's got a chance here. He's got a chance.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, he's got a chance. And I heard the mayor showed up there and the pastor of the church showed up there. Is that right? I mean, what are you people doing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's Chewy got a haircut. It's a big deal.
That is a big deal. Chewy got a haircut.
First time in 2 years.
All right, so before I let you go, and now that I know that I can use your studio whenever I need to, before I let you go, you need to. Did you hear about this story? I just heard about it. I'm so scattered today. I have no idea what's going on because of this stuff I was doing this morning, and I lost a lot of show prep time. But I walk in the studio here, And Grasshopper tells me that some mom came off the sideline last night at a South game and tackled a kid. Tell me about this story. You must know. You're Mr. Franklin County. You must know about that.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit on the morning show, and it was actually the 16-year-old older sister of one of the players for Cornersville Middle School came off the sideline, and so there was a tussle. It was getting a little bit chippy, and the wide receiver out on the far side of the field got into it with the cornerback. They were on the ground. There were offsetting flags that came in for personal fouls, and all of a sudden, this 16-year-old girl, who in the video, you watch the video, she looks like a grown woman, but she's a 16-year-old girl, is from all reports, and she comes in and just lays out total Goldberg Spear, sign her up for the high school team type of thing. Perfect form tackle. But all joking aside, obviously kind of a scary situation. The young man was okay, but it ended the game right there. 7 minutes left in the game, and they called the rest of it off. And,
that would do it.
Sent the Cornersville faithful home. What was really sad about the thing is you had certain people jump on social media defending her actions. And I think that was the most shocking part of it.
Well, who was the instigator in the fight?
Well, it wasn't really a fight. Again, it was just an offsetting scuffle between these two guys, these two middle school players. They were just rolling around. The defensive back took exception to the block that was thrown by South, and they had been chippy, I guess, earlier in the game. The older sister decided it was time to get involved.
Man, oh man, alive. We were at Tullahoma last night. They can't hear us in Tullahoma, right? Unless they're listening on the app. You think they can hear us in Tullahoma?
They can hear us. We've got listeners up there. We're, the region's only sports station. So
that's true.
But it's okay. I give them a hard time as well as anybody.
Well, we were up there last night to see your son play, and they won 8-6. They should have won that game about 23-0. To be honest, it was the first points they gave up all year, and they give it up because they turn the ball over on their own 15-yard line on downs. Look, I'm not one to criticize middle school coaches, but goodness gracious almighty, all right? Can you put a freaking punt in? This is the third week of the season already, and you had all summer long. They practiced every single day, I think 10 hours a day, all summer long. Can you please learn how to punt the ball? Put a punt in, and as a former special teams coordinator, it's not that difficult, all right? 5 guys across the line, 1 foot gap, down block everybody, block to the outside with the wings, a couple of flyers, snap the ball to the kid 10 yards deep and let them kick the ball. And they don't do that. And then they try to quick kick late in the game and get that blocked in their own end because nobody knows what they're doing. They got guys getting behind guys. I just, man, oh man, alive. I couldn't, I was going nuts in the stand. I was very negative, and my wife kept bumping me and saying, uplifting, be uplifting. Be uplifting. I'm like, oh, be positive, be positive. I said, I'm positive they're screwing this game up. It was driving me nuts.
At least you didn't come off the sideline and tackle the coach or any of the players.
No, and I didn't run down to the fence 15 times like you did, too. Don't be that guy. Don't be that father that's talking to your kid during a game. Just saying, Anyway, he got
to move his feet. He's got to move his feet.
He's got to move his feet. He's got to keep his head up. I will say this. I was impressed by the fact he was rotating on defense. He starts on offense, was rotating on defense at defensive end. And I will say this. I thought it was interesting that in the fourth quarter, the last 2 or 3 possessions of the game for the other team, he was out there. There was no rotation. They left him out there, which to me goes to the amount of confidence they have in him at defensive end, that they left him in there in crunch time because it came down. The game ended on 4th and goal for that other school, wherever they were from. And, Tullahoma wins 8-6, but, it got a little dicey. They almost blew that game, but they left him in on defense right to the bitter end. So I thought that tells you something.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with the way that he played. I didn't really need to say anything to him about it. He knew, and they knew as a team. But, that's one of the things. You let a team that you're better than hang around, and you put yourself in a precarious situation like that. a good opportunity to get beat by a team that they were a lot better than. And I can't wait to continue to have these conversations because high school football's back, baby.
Yeah, no, it is. So you got Franklin County. Where are they at this weekend?
They head up to Manchester to take on the Coffee County Red Raiders.
They got a chance in that game or what?
Yeah, I'm really excited about what Franklin County has started to build under their new head coach, Chuck Reed. They've got actually now 11 full-time coaches, including Chuck Reed, on staff, where these are guys, their defensive coordinator, David Norris, has 5 state titles under his belt.
Wow.
Some of those coming from down in Texas, some coming from here in Middle Tennessee. And, I think that they're building something that folks in Franklin County are going to get excited about.
Yeah, that's good stuff. New head coach also, Seth Parker at Bob Jones High School. They'll be at Hartzell. Hartzell graduated 28 kids off of a 10-2 playoff team from last year. And it's going to be very interesting to see what that looks like as well. So we got a good one there. That's a 6A versus 5A game as well. I think you have what is it 5A versus 5A or 5A versus 6A there?
5A. Franklin County's 5A and Coffee County is 6A.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. Good job. Did you do the extra hour or something down there? Is that what you were doing? You're still at the salon? Are they doing something for you too? Are they cleaning you up or what?
No. I'm good to go. We kept the video feed running till they finished.
Oh, okay.
Just wrapped up the video feed, but we shut the radio feed off a little bit ago. But yeah, we're just getting packed up over here.
How many?
And again, thank you to everybody out here who helped make this possible. It was really cool.
How many Facebook visits do you get a week? A month on your station, on your page here?
We tend to get somewhere between 750,000 to 1 million Facebook views a month. The biggest number we've ever seen is about 1.2, 1.3, somewhere in there.
And how many people watching your live stream or the video of the shows?
We range somewhere around about 1,000, 1,500 on an average day. Again, upwards of, we've had, shows where we're up around 2,500 or so. And, in a county of 29,000 registered
40,000. Yeah, 40,000 people. Yeah.
Well, 29,000 registered voters.
Yeah, so. Right. I'm looking at you, Grasshopper. I hope you're paying attention to what he's saying. I'm just saying. I'm looking at you.
Do you want me to react? You haven't brought me in yet.
No, I haven't brought you in yet. You can just sit there right now. I haven't brought you in yet. All right, Joe. Good job by you, man.
All right. Have a good one.
Appreciate you. Now I'm trying to gather things up and figure out what's going on here as well. All right. So coming up on the show, we have got Kennington Lloyd Smith III from the AP. He's coming up at the top of the 11, okay? So we'll have him coming up at the top of the 11. He was supposed to be on with us yesterday, had an appointment. I need you guys to let him know that we're backing him up to the top of the 11. David Moulton was supposed to join us today, a Miller and Moulton, and unfortunately he's been in the hospital for 3 days. And he can't join us from the hospital. He's, as you guys know, that follow the show, he's been fighting with cancer. And our thoughts and prayers are with David Moulton, but he is in the hospital, will not be able to join us today. So that means hour number one is wide open, all right? So wide open for hour number one if you want to jump on board. And by the way, if there's anybody that's listening in Winchester that knows anything about what's going on with this Xfinity outage, why we've been out of internet since I was watching the Bernie Kosar documentary last night at 11:30 at night, I would like to know. Okay, please let me know, all right? Because I got things to do, all right? And so if anybody knows about that, let us know. Our phone lines are open. Feel free to jump in and contribute, 256-576-4977. That number's good wherever and however you consume the show. We got a text window for you as well. Read and react to those on the air, 732-9TA-SHOW, 732-982-7469. That will get you in as well. And finally, you can watch the show at you can see it on the Facebook page and you can see it on the X and on the Twitter and everywhere else, but you can find it at my X page, which is at Thom Abraham Show. So go there and check that out as well. So that'll work for you. Back at Mission Control, across the way through the glass over there, playing the play doesn't matter, the stacks of wax, keeping us on the air side by each with the video producer, the Bandy Man. Welcome to Grasshopper.
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together on a spit and polish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
I have a sentimental weakness for my children, and I spoil them, as you can see. They talk when they should listen.
Give me back my son! What is your name? Detective. It doesn't matter what your name is!
I think this is one of the traits of a really good producer. Keep the talent happy.
It really doesn't matter what you think. All right? It really doesn't matter what you say.
I'm on jacked up on Mountain Dew!
Oh, yeah.
Man,
I'm here.
There you go. 1,500 people watching the show in the morning.
Yeah. Well, you also got to remember
a million Facebook views.
Yeah, you also got to remember, one of the biggest things that happened to that town was a Food City opening.
That was big.
Yeah, a lot of people. They shot off fireworks.
They closed Food Lion and then they opened Food City.
Oh yeah,
not the same people.
Nope,
not the same
Apparently
people.
not, but they do have food in the name.
Apparently, the biggest thing that happens in that town is folks listening to ESPN Winchester, or at least watching it. ESPN Winchester. I don't know what's going on with that.
I mean, apparently most people are just focused in on a guy getting a haircut. And look, we love Chewy. We love ESPN Winchester. We love the town of Winchester. But let's just say
something's weird. I still say something's weird. We have 500,000 people in our area, in our listening area. 500,000. You think we could get a little more than what we get?
It's a little bit different out there. All right, it's a little bit different out there.
Well, I know, but
regardless,
still,
it is nice to be on, and also I don't get the focus on the social media.
Yeah, well, you do, but it's up to you.
Not too much. I'm doing this right now, actually, but regardless, it is good to have you in studio today.
No, it isn't.
Had a nice little bit of pickleball action yesterday at John Hunt Park. It was fantastic, which if you have not been over to John Hunt Park's pickleball courts, I'm not trying to push more people there because it was already pretty booked up yesterday. It is 26 courts under a pavilion.
Are they pickleball courts or are they tennis courts that were changed into pickleball
All pickleball courts.
In a pavilion?
In a pavilion.
Wow.
It is a wonderful area. It was completely full yesterday when me and Bailey got over there, but we ran into this guy named Jan. All right, he was an older Asian dude.
Yeah.
I call him Mr. Miyagi just because he put the insane spin on every single hit he had, and he actually taught me a few things. So that's why he's
you haven't played with me yet, though.
No,
Winchester City Park has a beautiful pickleball court. I actually want to build one on my property. I want to build one in the back. I don't think that'd be that difficult to do.
Definitely shouldn't.
A little fence up, have our own pickleball court.
Yeah, cement and then throw some paint on it.
You ready for a little bit of me in pickleball? What? I'm just saying. You think you're good enough yet?
You're in town. When are you leaving?
I don't have my bracket.
It's all right. We got bandies. Bailey's like, no, don't use mine.
Unlike you guys, all right, that jet out of here, right after the show is over, before the music stops and you guys are gone in your car and gone. Unlike that, peons like me, all right, have to work all the way until 6 o'clock tonight, 5 o'clock tonight. So, because I got something else going on.
I understand. You got another hour to drive back home.
I got a jet back there, and then I've got to start recording for Bassmaster Radio, and I got to start getting ready for my game. I just now got everything I need for my game.
Oh, you got everything?
I got well, yeah, because I start ahead of time. I ask ahead of time. I don't wait like you guys do until the last minute. I wait till ahead of time.
I'm so good at what I do.
I'm not. I'm not very talented so I have to have my chart ready way in advance.
So you're telling me I got my natural talent from Mom?
I got depth chart. And numerical roster now from both schools, and now I need to build my chart, which is a very sophisticated.
Super fun though.
Well, I do my chart like that. I use the same chart I used doing, the Alliance of American Football, and same chart that I used doing college football. So it's what I use.
Yeah. I custom made my own, and it works very well. It's got a bunch of different color coded things. Obviously, it has the full roster on it. It is nice, and I enjoy doing it. But I enjoy doing the games themselves the most. Which finally we get to do it this weekend, aka on Friday. For Randolph, it's on Thursday though. So make sure you tune in to 97.7 ESPN, the Zone, especially the apps. Because
then on Saturday night, the Columbia game against Greensboro.
I'll be there.
And will you?
I'm going to take pictures.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be there against Greensboro, and Columbia will try and break a 101-game losing streak. Oh. It's either 100 or 101.
It's 101.
Is it 101? Because the interweb said 100, and then Scott said 101, and I trust Scott because he knows everything about high school sports.
Yeah, AI sometimes gets stuff mixed up.
Bama Brad says people of our age group of listeners don't do social media streams. Well, that's not the answer. I mean, they got old people up there, too. And, Brad, you're not that old. I mean, come on. We do have a big audience. There's no doubt. We have a big terrestrial audience. And I will say that ESPN Winchester would like to improve their signal, and I think eventually they will. But maybe that's part of it, is that their signal is not as big. Yeah, we're like a blowtorch. They're a little bit of a candle.
This is true. I mean? This is true. I never thought about it like
people
that.
Listen. That's the only way you can. Sometimes that's the only way you listen. You know what
I mean? That's the best way to listen. There's plenty of excuses we could also throw out there. I mean, another one could be.
The biggest one is you. I got to be honest with you.
Golly.
Because you're the chart.
Wow.
You're a social media guy.
Okay.
I mean, 1,500 people watching on a stream for that little station, and a million visits to Facebook.
You know what? You're right. If you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
Joe's just like, let's go. It's finally happening.
Yeah. Why is that happening? All right, let's get a break after all that madness. Philip, you stay there. You'll be first up. We are open lines. A little schedule change with David Moulton in the hospital, so we are open lines when we return. And you can get in 256-576-4977. Did either one of you guys text Kenny and let him know?
Yeah, Kenny's good for 11.
He's good for 11?
Yeah,
okay.
I do my job.
We moved him because he was originally, at the beginning, and now we moved him because of the David Moulton situation. So we'll go live lines when we return. It's the Thom Abraham Show. Back with more right after this.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care. No appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Chase for the playoffs continues for your first place Rocket City Trash Pandas, August 18th through the 23rd. Promotions include a bobblehead giveaway on the 20th, Huntsville Stars Night on the 21st, and a beer stein giveaway for Oktoberfest on the 22nd. Get your tickets now by visiting tptix.com. That's tptix.com. Let's rock it!
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Hey, I'm Bobby White for Lynn Layton Ford in Decatur. Summer is flying by and our summer sales event is coming to an end soon. But there's still time to lock in low, amazing summer deals. Now's your last chance to get 0% financing, 0 payments for 90 days, 0 maintenance for 2 years, and $1,000 down payment assistance on a huge selection of new Fords. With your good credit, get up to $6,000 off MSRP on 26 Broncos. $6,000 off. While they last, get $7,500 off MSRP on a 25 Bronco Sport. $7,500 off. The last new 2026 STX Crew Cab started under $46,000, and Lynn Layton Ford will never add any dealer dock fees or some ridiculous upcharge. Don't miss out on 0%, 0 payments for 90 days, 0 cost for maintenance for 2 years, and $1,000 in down payment assistance. Hurry into Lynn Layton Ford, right in the heart of Ford Country, just a mile south of the Beltline indicator, or online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com.
Bronco 28442T, Bronco Sport 28032D, F-150 28485T. See dealer for details.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly to partly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid-90s. Going to be a little more humid today compared to what we saw yesterday, but still not overly oppressive. We drop into the low mid-70s as we head into the overnight. A partly sunny sky for your Thursday. Temperatures climbing into the lower 90s with a couple of passing showers.
Your Fox 54 weather. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the show is brought to you by my friend Mike Owen at Owen Home Appliance, and Mike has done it again. He is providing the grand prize for the Owen Home Appliance Grand Trifecta this season. Every Friday on the Tom Abraham Show, you make your picks on games that I post and accumulate points. After the Super Bowl, whoever has the most points will win a complete Forno outdoor kitchen valued at $10,000. This thing is amazing, from the sink to the pizza oven with an amazing grill. So make sure you get in the game. It's the Owen Home Appliance Grand Trifecta. Man, I am a multitasking beast over here right now. I just loaded up that printer over there, boys. I should have depth charts and rosters for both my teams.
Multitasking during the break.
Multitasking during the break like crazy.
Good enough, I guess.
I'm going to have steak dinner over at Billy and Sandy's tonight. 5 o'clock. Got to go to church at 6 o'clock. Bible study. We're doing a Bible study this fall about the afterlife. I'm very interested in that because I'm, kind of close to the afterlife. You know what I mean? It might not be, it could be any minute now. So I'm very excited about that. Pastor Jason Heath leading us through that thing. And then at 7 o'clock after the Bible study, back to Billy and Sandy's house to play cards tonight,
Nice.
So a little bit of cards action. And then hopefully getting a rack with the JYB about 8:30. Continuing to watch season 6 of Castle, trying to get caught up on that before everything goes nuts. Watch the Yankees and Orioles, and that's the day today. It's a busy day.
I need to know, 1 out of 10, though, how good are you at pickleball?
It depends. If we're playing singles, I'm probably like a 4 because I can't move. If we're playing doubles, I'm a 7, 7.5. If we're playing triples, I'm nails. I'm nails. If I don't have to move, if all I got to do is hit the ball, I am nails.
I didn't even know triples was a thing.
It's not, but for me, it needs to be. I mean, I don't even have. If I'm on the ball, forget about it.
Okay.
I had a pretty good serve. I got a pretty good serve.
You put some spin on that thing?
Who's better? Oh yeah. Who's better, Bailey? You or John in the pickleball right now?
Nah.
Are you still beating him?
Well, we didn't get to play yesterday against each other because we were playing against Kiwasabi and
Oh, you.
So
we kind of did. You played against Mr. Miyagi?
Yeah, him and there was a guy that came over. His name was Abdul. So we played against all
Sheik?
walks of the nation.
No. So the Sheik, you guys played against the Sheik and Mr. Miyagi?
Dude, Abdul, let me tell you, Abdul had the strength, and he played badminton when he was younger. Of course he did.
Of course he did, yeah.
And
Big
obviously,
in the Middle East, you know that.
Mr. Miyagi, his past was ping pong.
Oh, there you go.
You don't make this stuff up.
That's all that is. So are you telling me you got beat by the Sheik and Mr. Miyagi? You guys got two young guys like that.
Yeah, we did.
By the old Sheik and Mr. Miyagi.
We kept it pretty close.
How old were those guys?
I think
Miyagi was pretty old. He's probably in his 60s.
Yeah, I think Abdul was like our age.
Let me tell you something. Me and Tommy against you two guys.
Oh, I think we got that.
No, we'd beat you like a running mule. I tell you what, me and Joe against you two guys.
Oh, then we could beat you.
We would beat you guys like a rented mule.
Oh
no, I really don't. I don't think so. I don't think.
Do I hear a challenge?
I don't think he understands the talent that is in Huntsville. This was a guy that was out there on the court alone, just practicing his serves. There's nothing fun in that, but you know what? He was an expert at it.
No, he used to be really good as the boss.
I know.
He blew his knee out over there on that court.
No, probably not at that court.
It wasn't that place?
No, because that place is pretty brand new.
Oh. Well, yeah, but they used to have outdoor courts over there.
Well, there's courts that are just kind of scattered, yeah.
And then you got that there Tyson guy. He's nationally ranked.
Yep.
I mean, in the 50-plus. He's really good.
Yeah.
You two guys should play against Tyson.
I'd be so down for that.
Just Tyson against you two guys. Him in singles and you two dudes in doubles.
I wouldn't want to do that to him. Yeah. I'll play him in singles. I'll go one-on-one.
No, I tell you what. I bet Tyson could beat you two guys. If you two guys are together and Tyson's by himself, I bet Tyson will beat you two guys.
I don't doubt that he could, but at the same time, I like a fair game. I don't like to do that two-on-one stuff because, I'm a prideful man, all right? And I know pride's a terrible thing at times.
Be careful. Stretch good. It's a dangerous game. You know, they made this big thing about how this is all good for old people and, keeps them active and everything else. Yeah, there's a reason why at these old folks, like 55 and over communities, that they've opened up now medical centers because all the injuries from pickleball. There's more injuries. Yeah. There are more injuries from pickleball for people 55 and over than there are from anything else.
Just wait until I get my court shoes.
Just go play golf. That's a much safer thing.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, let's go to the lines. We start with the Philip. Philip, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm all right. I caught some chicks playing pickleball.
Yeah. On TV?
ESPN.
There's a pickleball channel, by the way. If you got YouTube TV, there's a actual pickleball channel where there's nothing but pickleball on there.
Well, I found it interesting that they're just lobbing it back and forth for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's that thing.
Yeah.
So is that how it's always done?
Yeah, well, they start. So sometimes you're like trying to set the guy up, and you kind of go, you're setting him up, and then boom, you try to put him away. So, yeah, that's the strategy. Sometimes that's a strategy. A lot of times, a lot of the game amongst better players is really played up in a volley, not in the kitchen. You're not allowed to go, they call that the kitchen, inside the line. But it's you'll see good players that are playing doubles, and they'll volley back and forth, and they're just smashing that thing. Bang, 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 bang. It's wiffle ball. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Danica's kiddie pool with the giant set. I just have one thought about that. Okay, those things are made for one thing, and that is rednecks to drive Jeeps into them. That's it. Otherwise, I don't care what you put around it. That is not a real swimming pool.
It's called a cowboy. What did I call it? A cowboy trot or a cowboy pool or something like that is what it said in the thing. I haven't gone to the site yet because I'm so busy, but I need to go to the site and check it out. But yeah, it's some sort of a cowboy trot thing. It's not. Look, at the end of the day, they did a great job building it and everything, and it looks pretty cool. I don't think I'm going that route. I'm going plunge. I think we're going to go with a plunge pool. If we do it, we're going to go with a plunge pool.
Yeah,
it's a different little. It's a fiberglass pool, in ground.
Speaking of Danica, I have an idea for your show. A weekly segment during the NFL season. You and Danica critiquing the outfits, uniforms of the NFL team. It would be cute.
Me and Grasshopper do that. I'm a uniform guy. Don't. Hey, are you insinuating that I'm like my effeminate side comes out because I like to critique uniforms? I love uniforms in the sports. I'm just saying, I love, like when the Mets wear their whites with the pinstripes or their grays with the with the New York on them and everything. That's the way they should look. That's the way they look stupid when they're wearing all that other stuff that they wear, the black and everything else. But that's just me. I mean, I'm a uniformista. I'm a fashionista when it comes to sports. A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. It can be annoying. The pajamas just got to go. We've got to do away with. There cannot be red on red or black on black. Or
the monochromatic.
Orange
You don't
on
like
orange. Or what. They can't look like they're wearing onesies, getting ready to go to bed at 6 years old. Okay, that has to stop.
Yeah, that's monochromatic is what they call that. The monochromatic uniform. There are some teams, like when the Chiefs go red over red, I kind of like it. I'll be honest with you. Like when the Browns go brown over brown, I hate it. When the Chiefs go red over red, I kind of like it. When the Bears go navy over navy, kind of like that one. I kind of like that one. Some I don't, and others I do. Now, there was an article in the USA Today that said the Dallas Cowboys uniform was the 17th best uniform in the NFL. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? The Dallas Cowboys uniform is top 4 for me. Is somewhere in the top 4. I can't believe that somebody said that there are 15 or 16 uniforms in the NFL that are better than the iconic Dallas Cowboy uniform.
Well, it just goes to show you that there are still people smoking crack.
Mm-hmm. Apparently.
It is a thing. Obviously, someone is doing that. Talk about the Mets in white with the pin. Dude, I thought black was a Friday thing. I see them in black all the freaking time now.
Yeah, they wear it way too much.
Way too much.
Yeah, I don't like it. All right.
It's not good. All right. Hope, what's his name?
David?
Moulton's doing good.
Yeah, I asked him how it was going, relatively speaking, and he said it's not good. So that's all he said. So we got to keep him in our prayers. It just sucks. Yeah. Cancer sucks, But he's the son of a minister. His daddy's a minister, was a minister. So hopefully,
you say something else.
Hopefully that helps him out. No, he's not a son of a, but something else. No. All right.
All right. See you.
Appreciate you. LSU Lynch is up next. LSU Lynch, welcome to the show. How are you?
Look at it, man. I don't know what a pickleball is, but y'all put some hot women and some string bikinis. I'm down.
That's volleyball.
With it on the cable channel.
That's volleyball. That's beach volleyball. So you want beach pickleball? You're looking for beach pickleball, is what you're saying.
Well, it'd be a little bit more bouncing around out there with pickleball, though, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
You have to have a ball man out there.
Yeah.
Look here. Number one, they did a great job Monday while you called in sick. Okay.
I didn't call in sick. I was driving. I was driving from Florida, coming back so that I could do sports talk radio show.
I'm so good at multitasking. Oh, why didn't you do it in the car then?
You want me to do the show in the car while I'm driving? Is that what you wanted me to do? You know what? That's not a bad idea. I could have actually done that.
Yeah, you could have done that. Now look here, number 2. Why did you? Grasshopper, did he bring you something to eat, son? I felt
did.
bad for you.
He did bring me something to eat.
I brought him to shrimp.
Down
what were they
tacos,
called?
The Bam Bam Shrimp Tacos.
Bam Bam Shrimp Tacos.
Shrimp. Yeah.
I take care of my boy.
Yeah, well, look here. If everybody were to see the big basket of them chicken lips that you eat, that they bring you, yeah. I got that picture. Look here, number 3. Did you hear about Hazel Green Friday night? Okay, the kid dropped the ball on the kickoff, okay? And I guess he acted like he wasn't nothing. Oh, new coach made him do 4 bear walks. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yes, sir. And he made him do it four times. He got up. He said, "We don't miss kickoff, son."
So he dropped the ball on the kickoff, and then he made the kid drop right there and start doing.
He did 4 bear crawls right there.
Across the field sideways?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's rough.
Full uniform, yeah. Now, how do you feel about that?
I'm adamant about catch the ball. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me tell you what I would have done. All right. Making the kid go do bear walks back and forth across the field is not going to help him catch kickoffs. You know what's going to help him catch kickoffs? Having him catch kickoffs. So what I would have done is I would have set the kid up with either if you got a jug gun or you got somebody that can kick off to him and kick off. I would have kicked 20 balls to him, and every time if he dropped one, he had to start over again. I would make him catch 20 in a row because the point is for him to catch the kickoff. The point isn't for him to be able to do a bear walk across the field. The point is for him to catch a kickoff. So make him catch kickoffs. And when he's caught 20 in a row, tell him to go take a shower. That's what I would have done with him.
Yeah, I wasn't on board with. Yeah, you don't do that. You're better off doing exactly what you just explained to everybody. So, number 4 here next week on next Thursday, because I'm gonna be out of town and everything. You're gonna be doing the picks on the Friday. Next
Friday, next Friday. Next Thursday is actually our DFL draft, the fantasy Doghouse Fantasy League draft at Carrabba's, 6:00 next Thursday night. Fabulous prizes for that. Beautiful rings. We'll award the rings to our champions from last year, and we'll have our draft. And then on Friday, we will have the Friday trifecta. We'll be doing the AFC. We're doing the NFC, 4 teams from the NFC this Friday. And then next Friday, we'll do 4 teams from the AFC. The following Friday, we have a full slate of college football. And so we'll have those picks.
And I was going to end with this. Look here. You think I'd have a hooker on my nephew over at UNA?
Yeah.
Oh, no, son. I just paid $230 for 2 tickets yesterday for a home game. Now, I am in lower 103 row E.
For one game?
40-yard line.
For one game at UNA's charging $130 for a ticket at UNA?
It's $115.
$115? Who are they playing?
Western Illinois, somebody like that. It's a 3:00 game.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Now, is your kid, is this the nephew that kicked for Auburn?
Yeah. He's a senior. And look here, he's doing real good. They got him as some kind of assistant coach and doing all that now. Plus, he's a player. So yeah, it's working out for him.
All right.
So yeah. All right, man. All right. Good talking to you. But look here, shut the hell up, saying as well all the damn time, man. Go LSU.
I don't know what the last thing was he said. What was he saying there at the end? Shut the hell up about what?
I guess you say as well.
As well?
As well.
How can I do that? I got to do a sports talk radio show.
Yeah.
How can I not talk?
Well, I mean, it's
there must have been a specific thing.
No, it's as well.
As well?
I guess as well is what you do, you know.
I don't know what he meant.
We all got our own little things. It all brings us back down to earth.
I've done interviews driving, right? I've come on my show and stuff like that. But can you imagine doing the whole show from the road? How could I do that? Can I do that? I could have a camera set up in there in the vehicle. It would be hilarious.
Ooh, and you could have the
While
guests.
I'm driving.
It would be cool if you had the guests in the passenger seat.
No, the guests would be on the Eve Mucks. And I would be over there doing the. But I'm trying. How could I get a clean? Can I get in clean? I bet if I came in if I made a call through to Google or something like that or fiber, maybe I'd get a. I don't know. I'm not going to do a show from the road. What do I want to do a show from the road for? I'm trying to retire.
Just if you needed to.
Oh,
because you're so good at multitasking.
Let me tell you something right now too about the kid that dropped the punt and they made him do bear walks. I'm also. I've never been one to send kids on a mile run. I don't know why coaches have kids, especially linemen, anybody, go on a mile run or a 2 mile run or did you do that when you were in high school football? Did they ever send you on like, okay, now we're going to do a run and you got to do a mile run?
No, it was mainly just stairs, or they sent us around the field once.
Well, that's okay. That's a 440. That's a quarter mile. I don't understand why they do that kind of distance running for punishment or otherwise, whether it's for punishment or whether it's for any kind of training. Because I'd be like, my linemen played a game in a phone booth. I want them to do 10-yard sprints. I want them to do pursuit type deals with the. That's the way I would do conditioning. When I was coaching, when we did conditioning, what we did is we lined up 11 guys at a time. This is for the defense. We'd line up 11 guys at a time in a defense, like on their 20-yard line, on our own 20-yard line, and then we'd have a guy go running, sprinting down the sideline, and we would have everybody in a pursuit angle, and that would be the conditioning. You would run as hard as you could in a pursuit angle. I'm like, what's the sense of us doing a mile run or something like that? What are we worried about? If the bus breaks down, we got to run back to the school? That's not training for the sport. Do explosive training. If you want to do anything where you're running a little bit, do some sort of pursuit running where the whole defense pursues and they're running 80 yards on a pursuit angle. Do something that makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, is conditioning really, like, going a mile, is that really that bad? It's just conditioning.
But it has nothing to do with the game. Well, you can condition by doing burst runs.
It does something
10s,
for every
20s.
game. It's the same thing for everything. Why do boxers run around for, miles
because
and miles?
Because they need wind, because they don't football is start and stop, start and stop, start and stop, start and stop. Whereas boxing, you got to go 3 minutes at a time and not stop. Football, you got to go 10 seconds at a time, 8 seconds at a time, 6 seconds at a time.
I feel like at the end of the day, conditioning is conditioning.
I want to condition. I want my conditioning to help me with my game.
I got you.
I
just don't think you want to run a mile.
Everybody has to touch the guy. Don't run a mile. That's the only thing that's going to help you with is if the bus breaks down. And you got to run back to school. Let's get a break. Brandon, stay there. I don't know. We'll get you in at some point. Thom Abraham, back with more after this.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
The Atlanta Braves look to avoid the sweep with the Minnesota Twins. They're a slight favorite today at Minnesota. Braves minus 115, Twins minus 105, 8.5 over at Target Field. Zadarius Smith signs a one-year, $6 million deal. Could be worth $8 million with incentives. He signs with the Falcons. He has 70.5 career sacks in 11 seasons with 6 different NFL teams. Falcons a 3.5-point dog of the Colts on Saturday in preseason football. NASCAR, Ryan Blaney the favorite at plus 450 to win the Dollar Tree 301 at New Hampshire. Christopher Bell plus 550. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care. No appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
18 national titles and hungry for more. 100 yards, and the Tide adds to its
Every snap is right here. Join us Saturday, September 5th as the Crimson Tide start the 2026 season against East Carolina in Tuscaloosa on your home for Alabama football.
Your home of the Alabama Crimson Tide is 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly to partly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid-90s. Going to be a little more humid today compared to what we saw yesterday, but still not overly oppressive. We drop into the low mid-70s as we head into the overnight. A partly sunny sky for your Thursday. Temperatures climbing into the lower 90s with a couple of passing showers.
Your Fox 54 weather. Only on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This segment of the show is brought to you by the docs at TOC. You know, I'm always talking about these people that I've known and trusted in the Tennessee Valley for over 20 years. Well, my buddy Thom Perkins and the docs at TOC certainly fit that description. And when my own family has needed an orthopedic specialist, TOC was the only call to make. There is a reason why almost all the schools in the region use TOC, because they are trusted and they provide the kind of care people need. TOC is the orthopedic center. It's right there in the name, and they're right there when you need them. The show really sounds good in headphones when I'm in the studio because I'm getting it raw, you know what I mean? I'm getting it really good. Do I have time to get Brandon in quick? All right, let's try it. Brandon, you're up, man. Take us to the finish. What do you got?
So, you know they make a Starlink Mini, right? Like you can put it on your boat, you can put it in your car.
That's what Joe has. Joe has one of those down there. That's what he was using for his remote. And they're really good for remotes. Yeah.
If you know how to mount them, you can put it on your car and you can do it while you're going down the road.
Oh.
You're talking about doing your show.
Ooh, that would be good. But I don't know if the audio would be real good. That's the thing. They use them on Bassmaster uses those on the boats. That's how they do the, when they do the live cameras out on the boats, in the professional fishing tours. That's what they do. They put a Starlink on the back of the boat.
Okay, well, I didn't know what the audio quality of it would be, but I was saying if you had one of those, like even on your truck or whatever, it's pretty clear because I've got people that I know, I call them and talk to them like I am you right now, and it is crystal clear talking to them.
So
it's probably not as raw as your headphones.
You sent me the pictures of your pool setup, which I really like, the in-ground pool you did. Was it more than $18,000? Because that's what Dan spent.
Yeah, if you had about
a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit more than $18,000 for what you did.
Yeah. And Frank Beard, member of ZZ Top, last name Beard, and didn't have a beard, rest in peace, but dog, glue a beard on, do something. I mean, do a Santa Claus.
Wait a minute.
Whatever.
When did Frank Beard, when did he die? Did he die today?
Yesterday.
Frank Beard just died? Yeah, it was just called ZZ Top, two beards and a guy named Beard. It was two beards and a guy named Beard. So Billy Simmons is the only one left?
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. Not my buddy Billy Simmons. A different thing. All right, man. Appreciate you. Good stuff. All right, coming up next, Kennington Lloyd Smith III. I want ZZ Top the rest of the show. We'll be back. Lynn Layton Automotive Group is a proud sponsor of high school sports in the Tennessee Valley. At Lynn Layton, we shoot you straight with no hidden dock fees just for doing your paperwork. These dock fees are often hidden in your purchase and can run as high as $700 or $800, but you won't see that at Lynn Layton. And Lynn Layton has all the major brands conveniently located in Decatur on and around the Beltline. Trust us, it's worth the short ride to get a great deal with Lynn Layton Automotive Group.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. If you need masonry, brick, stone, or block work, Eagle should be your first call. They can even help if your property needs grading, erosion control, and Eagle can handle dirt haul-off. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
Fall Saturdays in the South mean football. And when football season rolls, patio and grill season rolls right with it. Turn your patio into your favorite place to watch the game. From premium grills like Big Green Egg, Yoder, Blaze, and Napoleon to outdoor furniture built for Saturdays. Brooks & Collier has everything you need to make your patio the best seat in the house. Brooks & Collier, 80 years, 4 generations, the Valley's best in outdoor living. 813 Meridian Street and at brooksandcollier.com.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
This is Jen with the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Y'all need to come join us. We have so many fun things every night of the week. From Monday night, steak night, Tuesday night, karaoke, Wednesday night, we have Singo Bingo, Thursday night is bike night. Of course, we've got live music on the weekends, so y'all come join us. Meridian Street Crossing, we've got Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Come on next door to the Rocket City Honky Tonk, where we've got honky tonk music all night long. Y'all come join us. We'd love to see you.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
It is Wednesday, August the 19th, 2026. Steve Moulton here with your update. The Alabama Crimson Tide have not named a starting quarterback, but ESPN's Pete Thamel believes that there is a leader in the clubhouse heading into scrimmage number 2.
The conversation in the last 72 hours has shifted to Keelan Russell pretty soon. So it's not done. It's not over. I'd be surprised at this point if Keelan Russell's not the starter.
Scrimmage number 2 for the Crimson Tide is tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. In Major League Baseball, another loss for the Braves and another win for the Phillies has shrinked the lead to 5.5 games for the Braves. It's a day game today, wrapping up their 3-game set in Minneapolis. 12:40 first pitch. You'll be able to hear it right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Trash Pandas also continued their series against Biloxi on Talk Radio WZZN.
This segment of the Thom Abraham Show is brought to you by Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental. And they have a brand new product for you. If you happen to be standing on a concrete or tile floor, Valley Equipment has the exact machine for you. Now, whether it's new construction or daily work environments or an area that's been neglected for far too long, the Valley Equipment team of experienced professionals can help you get the right floor scrubber or sweeper for your needs. Call Valley Equipment and ask them for more details on how they can help you out today.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live, here he is, the big dog.
Let's go, baby!
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like Elle McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
And welcome in on a hump day in the doghouse. So glad that you are with us today as we welcome a new audience listening in Nashville Sports Radio, and in Murfreesboro to go along with our friends at 97.7 ESPN in Huntsville, and of course ESPN Winchester, Tennessee as well. We'll get the phone lines going on in a little bit again. 256-576-4977. That number's good wherever and however you consume the show. Text window is open, 7329-TA-SHOW. 732-982-7469. I haven't looked there yet to see how many people corrected me. I think I said Billy Simmons, because Billy Simmons is my golfing buddy and my buddy. And Billy Gibbons is the last of ZZ Top that's still alive, for those of you that are just joining us now. Frank Beard passing away. Here's an interesting side note. So Dusty Hill had died back in 2021. I was going to say, two Beards and a guy named Beard. That was ZZ Top. Dusty Hill died in 2021. Frank Beard just died at age 77 yesterday, apparently, or yesterday, I guess. And now Billy Gibbons is the last one standing. All three of those guys were born in 1949. All three of them were born in 1949. So Billy Gibbons is 77 years old. Frank Beard died at 77 years old. And Dusty Hill died at like 73, 74 years old. So while I'm talking to Kennington Lloyd Smith III here in a moment, I want you guys to research. I don't know. One thing I don't know, are they related at all? Were they related at all? They were all three born in 1949. Time now for Skinny Kenny and the Fat Man. Kennington Lloyd Smith III joining us now.
What's going on?
You are, man. You're too young to probably be into ZZ Top at all, I would think.
Heard of it, not familiar any more than just the name.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but Sharp Dressed Man. I mean, you know ZZ Top. When you hear a ZZ Top tune, you don't say, hey, that's ZZ Top. You don't know that or no?
Nah.
Really?
I'm gonna have to hear something, or I might have to do some of my own research when I get off of here.
I guarantee that if you heard that, you would know. You would say,
probably.
Yeah, you would say, John, give him a little sharp. What did you just bump us with? Was it Sharp Dressed Man that you bumped us with in the last segment? Give him a little ZZ Top. Just give him a little taste. Give it to, and they're considered like boogie woogie rock, if you will. They were kind of bluesy, kind of rocky, bluesy. Give us a little bit here, John.
I'm familiar. Yeah, like I know this like sound. Like I know this type of like yeah.
That's ZZ Top right there, baby.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, I know this like.
Yeah.
I don't know this song specifically, but like this like cadence and this type of like sound and rhythm, I recognize it.
Yeah. Two Beards and a guy named Beard, and Frank Beard just died. He was the drummer for the band, and now there's only one guy. So now it's like just Z. I think it's just Z. I think Billy Gibbons just Z is all that's left.
Crazy about a sharp dressed man.
These dudes were these were the blackest white dudes you ever met. I mean, these three guys. I mean, you know what I mean? They had some style, man. They were pretty good.
That's funny. I'm gonna have to go and do some more research, and we can reconvene next weekend, and I can give a little progress report.
Yeah, they were very bluesy. You might as well. You got nothing else to do. What do they do? They locked you guys out of. You can't even watch them stretch anymore. I mean, what the heck is up with that? Are they worried that you're going to give away state secrets if you see one-on-one drills between wide receivers and DBs? What the heck is up with that?
Yeah, well, as the season gets closer, the paranoia rises, and then the access has to get restricted. So Bama's doing what they have to do. So it is what it is. We'll get the chance to see him soon enough. But it would be nice if, everybody talks about how college is so similar to the NFL, but the access is like the one thing that is like so far different, where fans can go and watch the Falcons practice and stink it up every single day, and it's just like fine. And the media can watch all these practices. but like we can't watch Alabama and these these millionaires on this team because of something arbitrary or outdated. This just kind of thinking that, saying like, yeah, we're giving away all of our secrets.
Yeah.
By, having these people in these practices and stuff like that. Maybe it's because we're still in a world where these players are free agents every single day of the year. So maybe that might have something to do with it, right? Like you don't want too much to get exposed. So their uncle, cousin, brother, mom, whoever gets into the ear, gets to hop into the portal. But it would be nice to have a little bit more access.
I guess they don't want to let East Carolina know who's taking all the first snaps at the quarterback. Right. I mean, like it matters. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing too. Is I always say, schematically, look, half the guys that are there from the media, 3/4 of the guys from the media, they don't even know what they're looking at. You know what I mean? Right. You watch the whole practice, you don't even know what you're looking at anyway. Yeah. But it's crazy. Now, I will say this though: the NFL has gotten more restrictive in some places. When Jeff Fisher was the head coach of the Titans, and I was based out of Nashville, I did my show from Titans camp every single day. I mean, it was until they got into game mode, the regular training camp deal, we did our show there the whole time. Every practice was open. Now it's gotten more and more restrictive, like in Tennessee, in Nashville, I think there's only like 7 or 8 practices that are open to the public. So they're kind of becoming more restrictive, but I always got to chuckle. When James Franklin was the head coach at Vanderbilt, I did my show from Vanderbilt practice. He was like, come on down. Of course, he wanted the notoriety. He wanted people to talk about. But he was like, come on down. Do your whole show right here on the back patio overlooking practice. And, so it is kind of paranoid. It's nuts. Yeah.
Well, these days, if anybody's going to get that type of access, it's going to be Yay Alabama, or, if you're at Georgia, it's going to be Glory, Glory, or, insert collective here in their own kind of people, and they can kind of control the message. So shout out to them. They get to watch practice. Hopefully we'll get to a point where we do as well.
What's the update on AK Deer? It looks like he's going to miss half the season. I mean, what are we looking at there?
Yeah, I've seen 6 weeks. I've seen 2 months. I've seen a wide ranging timelines. It's going to be a significant amount of time. That's how I would say it. He's just going to miss a significant amount of time, and it's unfortunate because by all accounts, he was having a great camp and he was having a great scrimmage that he was injured in. And it's going to put Alabama's running back room in even greater focus and an even bigger bind because, they have some games that are losable for them that might not, appear to be on paper, right? Like Alabama has shown an ability to lose to lesser than opponents, especially on the road. They're going at Kentucky early in the year. They got Florida State early in the year. Obviously, they got to play Georgia after a handful of games. So you're talking about AKD are potentially missing all of those games. And that's going to be significant, especially because EJ Correll, the freshman, is also somewhat on the mend as well. So injuries are kind of piling up in a room where Alabama doesn't need injuries to pile up. And I think that kind of puts the quarterback competition in even greater focus because you would hope that at least early in the year when you're not playing as strong opponents, that your running game will be able to maybe complement your offense a little bit more and help your quarterback out. That may be the case. That may not be the case. So it'll be interesting to see how Alabama plays it in the first few weeks of the year.
Yeah. Is this Crowell injury the same one that was kept them out of the spring game? Is this like a lingering thing, or was this a new tweak, since fall camp started?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it is the same thing. I think it is just probably something that's not as serious as it was as the spring injury because he did miss, almost all the spring. That happened pretty early on, and he missed several weeks. It's not going to be that serious. It doesn't appear to be, but it is, again, one of those things where I think that it kind of puts Alabama fans and us that follow the program in a space where we really have to limit our expectations on this young man who came in with really high expectations and a really good pedigree, but got hurt early on in spring practice and then now has another injury in fall camp, and relying that heavily or having expectations that much on a true freshman who reclassified, who should still be in high school right now, to be a really heavy part of the run game might have been too lofty of expectations. So I think, for him, thankfully, it's not a serious injury. And I think for everybody else, they can temper their expectations, which I think ultimately is going to be a good thing for him.
What about Trayshawn Brown? What's the deal there? He's a smaller back, 5'10", 206, solid kid from Huntsville. Huntsville, Texas, not Huntsville, Alabama. But, he's a kid that was added to the class late. And, he seems to be kind of turning some heads. He was not a high-ranked guy necessarily, a top 50 type running back coming out of high school. But I understand he's had a decent camp.
Yeah, he's had a decent year at Alabama, going back to the spring where he really impressed. And he ran hard in the spring game and garnered a lot of attention there. That's when the hype really started. And then it's kind of one of those things where you've seen it many times where somebody has like a really good spring or a good string of practices in the spring. And then you ask yourself, can they sustain that through the summer and into the fall? And he's done that. And he was a late add to the class. But he was a really productive player. He averaged 8 yards a carry his last 2 years of high school in Texas. So this is a kid that extremely productive, high level of competition, and it's coming to Alabama and has really made a name for himself. When you think about Kalen DeBoer and his tenure and some of these guys who have maybe been under-recruited or didn't have a high profile that have come in and been early impact guys, I think it's just kind of another feather in the cap of the coaching staff of being able to identify talent and being able to quickly turn them into contributors. So I think Trayshawn Brown's going to have a role this fall. That means he's going to be RB1. It's too early to say, but I think he's going to be in the mix, and I think he's going to be able to help the room.
My fear for Alabama is that if there's too much injuries in that running back room, it's just going to give Ryan Grubb more of an excuse to throw the ball 50 times, and it'd be like, okay. And if you're going to make your quarterback or assume that your quarterback's going to be part of the running game in any way, shape, or form, that leans more towards Keelan Russell. I mean, I'm starting to feel like everybody, my minions who were there at the last scrimmage will tell you that it wasn't even close, that Keelan Russell definitely looks like the better quarterback. And they maybe wouldn't even jerk around. Just make him the starter after tomorrow morning scrimmage and let's go. Not that they would tell us, but if you need your quarterback to be part of the run game, to keep him honest, he would. It's even more evidence that he would be the guy. Not that Austin Mack can't move, but Keelan Russell's special that way.
Yeah. It's kind of like Austin Mack is kind of like somebody who's probably like kind of somebody who can escape pressure and escape sacks and maybe can do things on the run, but you're probably not going to build like a large part of your run game around him, where he's like not a statue, but he's probably not, obviously, Lamar Jackson or somebody like that. Keelan Russell is somebody who can kind of build some run plays around and build something around as well. So that's part of it as well. I think in regards to this competition, I thought initially, all this buzz about Keelan Russell and everybody's kind of repeating the same things. In a way, it kind of felt like an echo chamber at first. And then as I started to think about it more, it's like, it seems like the closer we get to the season and the more this competition goes along, the perceived advantages for Austin Mack don't seem as significant anymore, where Austin Mack was this experienced guy that wasn't going to make as many mistakes, and Keelan Russell was like kind of like this young, wild horse that was going to do some great things, but also maybe, make a mess. But it doesn't seem like the disparity in decision-making has been that wide, right? It doesn't seem like it's been like Austin Mack has just been perfect, not making any mistakes. Keelan Russell making a lot of mistakes. They're both kind of making mistakes. Right. It seems to be dead even. If all those things are equal, then you probably would just go with the guy with the higher ceiling that you can kind of build things around. So I think that's kind of where it turned for the staff, was the last scrimmage, where they come out of it and they're like, both of these guys kind of had their struggles. Both of these guys had turnovers. Both of these guys, kind of turned it around. If all these things are equal, we're probably just going to go with the guy that has the higher ceiling that can also help us in the run game as well.
Yeah, and I also think that I've kind of changed my attitude about the opening game and thinking that, it's East Carolina. There we go. Killed my own mic. Just like you, John. I killed my mic. It's East Carolina, so they could, play both guys, see how they look, make a decision, before heading into the game at Kentucky. And I thought, well, if they were starting at Kentucky, or if they were starting in a non-conference, one of these neutral site non-conference games, big game, even if for Florida State, that maybe you would have gone with the veteran Austin Mack, who's been in this system for a long time, and then work Keelan Russell in. Now I'm kind of like flipping that over, thinking, look, you're opening with East Carolina. If you make Keelan Russell the coach after tomorrow, or the quarterback after tomorrow morning's scrimmage, and if you decide, whether you tell anybody or not, other than the team, if he becomes your quarterback, well, you do have an East Carolina game now for him to get a full game under his belt as the starter, before you head into going to Kentucky and then playing Florida State and so on. So in a way, having that game first might be even more reason why we see him right off the bat.
Yeah, that's a good point because again, outside of just like there's this perception that Mac is going to make fewer mistakes because he's older. The experience thing is like the other gap that can't really be shortened without game reps, right? So when you have an opponent like East Carolina, you could have some runway for Keelan Russell to go out there, play a lot of snaps, and kind of close that gap. Because Austin Mack has played some, but it's not like he has 1,000 snaps under his belt, right? It's not like he has like all this extensive experience. He has that, little bit of snaps against Indiana. So you kind of bring Keelan Russell, give him, a half, however many series, however they want to divvy it up, kind of help close that gap, and then you can kind of see what you have. So I agree. I think it does kind of lend itself for Keelan Russell to have some runway to gain some experience and put some things out there against a team in a situation that isn't garbage time. And I would think that you would probably want to have somebody for Kentucky because, once again, Alabama has shown under Kalen DeBoer that they will lose a game like this. And this game is early enough in the season where Kentucky 100% believes that they can win this game, right? Like there are times later in the season you play, it's like, oh yeah, we can win, but the confidence isn't as high as you kind of gone through maybe some adversity in the season. Week 2, they're going to be like, oh yeah, we can beat these guys. So it's going to be maybe a little bit more of a rowdier atmosphere than maybe you might see in Lexington at another point in the year. So maybe just having a starter with that type of confidence going into the game will serve the staff well.
Yeah, it's kind of like opening with Florida State last year. I mean, Florida State thought they were good. They didn't realize they sucked, so they thought they were good. If you played them week 4, 5, 6, something like that, you probably beat them, and easily. But they thought they were good. Thomas Castellanos was running his mouth and everything else, and now he's I don't know what he's doing, that kid. This is funny. Kennington Lloyd Smith with us, the third from the AP for Skinny Kenny and the Fat Man. This was I thought was interesting. So doing my research for the show, doing my show prep, I went to the Google machine and I put in there Alabama practice update. That's all. Just Alabama practice update. So I can get some intel, so what's going on and whatnot, the latest update. First thing that pops up, Alabama practice update. The first thing that popped up in my machine, who could replace Kalen DeBoer at Alabama? Boom! I mean, it's just
that's crazy.
It's the first freaking thing that comes up, and it says that analysts and sports books frequently mention elite Power 4 coaches and former coordinators. Dan Lanning is listed here, widely cited by analysts as a premier choice for major vacancies. Well, first of all, if you're Dan Lanning, why would you leave?
Yeah, what's the point of that?
What's the point of that? And by the way, Kalen DeBoer beat Dan Lanning like a rented mule. The multiple times that he played him, Dan Lanning's never beaten Kalen DeBoer. And why would you leave Oregon to go to Alabama and go in that cauldron? Lane Kiffin is mentioned, of course, because you got to mention Lane Kiffin, who just took a job. Kenny Dillingham. None of these guys.
Kenny Dillingham.
Yeah, Kenny Dillingham, a rising star, turning around Arizona State. I mean, get out of here with that. Now, I will say this. There was a name that's thrown out there that is the only guy, because I'm always telling people that when they call and they say that DeBoer's not the guy, and Paul Feinbaum says that he's not the guy, and they got to move on from him and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, where are you going? Where are you going? Now, I'll name a guy that I would love to see there, but again, I don't know that he would come there. Is DeMeco Ryans. I think DeMeco Ryans would be a home run, but does DeMeco Ryans, he feels like an NFL guy now. I don't know that DeMeco Ryans is going back.
The Texans are way too good for him to leave the NFL. If he was coaching like the Cardinals or like some crap team, then maybe. But like the Texans are legitimately maybe like a player or two away from winning the Super Bowl. Legitimately. Like if you watched them in the playoffs last year, if CJ Stroud had his head on straight, there's no reason why the Texans couldn't have made it to the Super Bowl. And then we'll see what happens when they play the Seahawks. But I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm not really feeling any of the names that you gave me, to be honest. Like, Kenny Dillingham, I don't really understand the fit there. I guess it's just like, okay, young rising star, whatever. But he has a lot of ties to Arizona. I believe he's from out there. Dan Lanning, on top of the fact that Oregon today is a better job than Alabama, the pressure that he's under at Oregon is not even comparable to what the pressure is like at at Alabama. So don't really understand that.
That's the only thing. Look, that's the only thing that makes it a better job. The Alabama job is a better job than the Oregon job because
I said as we sit here today.
Yeah.
Today.
What's good about it is that you make as much money. You're in a beautiful part of the country, and you don't have the pressure. That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing that makes it better is the pressure. Because the Alabama job, that's like being a Yankees manager. You know,
the NIL war chest is also a part of that as well. In the Phil Knight investment. So, like I said, as it stands today, it is. I mean, there are other things, recruiting and footprint and all those things that favor Alabama, but. I don't see why he would make that move, especially because, seemingly he had that opportunity to do it before. All of these guys who are going to replace Kalen DeBoer had an opportunity the first time and were too scared to take it, or you can spin that as, well, they wanted to take a calculated risk by not being the guy that followed Saban. That's not the type of A1 alpha male mentality that you think Kalen DeBoer lacks, right? Like all these tough guys, they need a hard-nosed, rugged, Saban cloth, da-da-da-da. The guys that ran from that challenge, not the guy that took the challenge, right? Yeah. Kalen DeBoer. He's the soft guy. The one that took the challenge. The guys that ran from the challenge, those are the tough guys. Yeah. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but, people are entitled to their own opinions.
And people talk about Steve Sarkisian. He's got his own issues. Steve Sarkisian better be playing, in January. Yeah. That dude better be playing in January with all the talent and the money that they've got there. And I always have to remind people, Kalen DeBoer, 5-0 against Sark and Dan Lanning. Just keep that in mind. 5-0. Those guys, both of those guys combined, have never beaten him once. And, oh, by the way, he doesn't have a terrible record against Kirby Smart either. Yeah, he's beating him at home. He's beating him on the road. He got whacked in the SEC championship game, but he's 2-1 against Kirby Smart. So you take the best coaches out there. The problem is what you just said about Kentucky. The problem is they have a tendency to lay an egg. They need no eggs. Can't lay any eggs. Don't do that either. Yeah. So.
Especially with the schedule they have this year, right? Like they have some heavy hitters on their schedule, so you can't really afford any landmines when it's like, okay, you got Georgia and A&M and LSU and Tennessee. They have a daunting task ahead of them. So, like you said, no laid eggs, because I think if, holistically in college football, this is going to be probably the most competitive 12-team race that we've had in the 12-team era. I just feel like there are so many good teams this year, like legitimately 8-9 teams that can win a national title, and probably like 20 teams that you could say legitimately could be in the playoffs, maybe even more than that. There's a lot in the top 25, and then there's some even outside the top 25 that you could see making a run for it. So Alabama laying an egg would be very consequential this fall.
The landmines, as you call them, are at Kentucky, Florida State, at Vanderbilt, and Auburn. Those are the landmine games. They'll be ready. I'm not saying they'll win, but necessarily, but they'll be ready to play Georgia at home. They'll be ready to go to Tennessee. They'll be ready to play Texas A&M, and they'll be ready to play LSU. They'll be ready in those games. The other 4 landmine games are the ones that, those are the ones that get you shaking your head. No doubt about it. So we'll see. All right, I'm going to ask you a question that our listeners had to deal with on Friday in the Friday Trifecta, the Future Fecta. And this had to do with conferences and how many teams they'll put in the Power 4 conferences, the Vegas odds, how many teams they put in the playoff, okay? So how many teams they put in the playoff. So we'll start with the least number. The Big 12, over or under 1.5 playoff teams.
Like, what am I choosing, or what is?
What do you choose? What do you think? Do you think the Big 12
under
over or
under,
okay? So 1, so no more than 1. They got to get 1 because they got
whoever. It's the team that wins the conference, because if you remember last year, BYU was 10-2 with their only 2 losses. Or 11-1 with the loss to Texas Tech, 11-2, whatever it was. Yeah. They were not in the conversation at all. No, right? Like they were 11-2, irrelevant in the conversation. So. Under, for sure.
ACC, over or under, these are the official Vegas number, ACC, over or under 1.5 teams in the playoff.
That's a tough one. I'm going to go over. I'll say 2.
So 2 out of the ACC. They're champion and 1
Miami,
other team.
Miami +1.
Yeah, who's that?
That's what I'm just going to go with. Miami +1. I have no idea. I have no idea, but I'm just gonna go with 2.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with 2.
So we got 3 teams in so far, and we know we're going to have 1 from the group of 6 with the new rule.
Right.
So we've got 4 teams in so far. All right. Okay. So you got 4 in, you got 8 left. The Big Ten, over or under 3.5. They had 3 last year. Ohio State, Oregon,
Indiana +1.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go over.
So you say that you think they can get to 4?
Yeah, Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana +1, and I think there's a lot of strong teams in this +1 category. Not like the ACC, where it's like I don't know, but Michigan definitely could be in that conversation. USC could be in that.
Maybe, yeah.
USC could be in that conversation. Washington could be in that conversation. They're a little bit more of a stretch, I think, but I think Michigan and USC, I think, could definitely be in that mix. I think people forget, Michigan, for as crazy as their coach was acting and conducting themselves last year, they could have made the playoffs if they beat Ohio State in the last game of the season.
Yeah.
They were in position to be there. They weren't 7-5. They were 9-2 with a chance to win and get in. So you couple that with a coach that is, we hope, not conducting himself the way that Sharon Moore did and has his head on straight, could get this team in a position to be there at the end.
Yeah,
so
I think they're an 8-4 team, but that's it. All right, so now you've got 8. So you've answered the last question because you have 8 teams in already. The over-under for the SEC. SEC had 5 teams in the playoff last year. So the over-under for the SEC is 4.5. And
yeah,
you're saying under.
4. Yeah, I'm going to go under on that. Yeah, I'm going to go under on that. Not to say that the SEC is not going to have a strong year. I do think, though, that there are going to be some teams that people might project or see as playoff teams that are going to fall short of that. Like there are teams like Oklahoma, for example, LSU, for example, Texas A&M, South Carolina. Like these are teams that people are like, okay, we could see them popping. Very realistically, these teams could take a step back and not make the playoffs. So I'm going to go under. And I also think another part of this equation is I think that this is the year that we're really going to see the SEC's PR, negative PR, kind of take shape where the league is not going to get as much respect in regards to, strength of schedule and perception and all those things like how they have in years past. Regardless of what the metrics may say of who plays the toughest schedules, what people's eyes have told them over the last few years is that the SEC is not as strong. Therefore, they're going to get less benefit of the doubt, and the Big Ten is going to get more benefit of the doubt, I think. Yeah. So that's kind of where I see the slight shift of 3 Big Ten teams now going to 4 and 5 SEC teams coming down to 4.
Yeah, I think the perception is at the top. There isn't a great team right now. Maybe Texas, maybe Georgia, but there might not be a great team in the SEC, but there are a lot of good teams. Because you could say, forget South Carolina. I don't even know why that came out of your mouth. But you could say there's a pool, all right, in the SEC, and you got to put Alabama in that pool. They were there and won a game last year. There's a pool that includes Georgia, Texas, Alabama, LSU, Ole Miss, Texas A&M. That's 6. So, I mean, out of those 6, they are going to play. Most of them are playing each other. They could beat each other up a little bit. And that's assuming that Florida doesn't pop, if you will, which I don't think they will yet. I think there'll be a problem in another year. So there's 6. So the question is, do 5 of those 6 make it? And Oklahoma would be 7. I think Oklahoma's at least you got to consider them with a returning quarterback and so on. So there's 7 teams that have a shot at the playoff legitimately. And Tennessee, maybe 8. So you got like 8 SEC teams that at the end of the year, if you said that was a playoff team, you say, yeah, that makes sense. Those are playoff type teams. So of those 8, 4 make it. Maybe 5. It might be. Yeah. 5. It might be 5.
But like I said, you named a lot of teams on that list where it's like I could easily see that team taking a step back. Ole Miss is at the top of that list, even though they have maybe the 2 best players in the conference. You could see them having a good year, but not a playoff year. Texas A&M definitely is on the potential fallback list as a team. Same with Oklahoma. LSU could go either way. So there's just going to be, I think, a lot of coin flip teams. So if it comes down to the end and it's like, okay, look, 9-3 Michigan, 9-3 Texas A&M, 10-2 USC, 10-2 Oklahoma, whatever the case may be. I think that there's going to be probably a little bit more benefit of the doubt to the Big Ten based on what's happened over the last couple of years. So I think it'll be really interesting.
Yeah, A&M is the wild card for me, just in all honesty. I mean, I pick every single game in the SEC during the SEC media days. I do have 5 10-win teams. A 10-win team out of the SEC will definitely make the playoff, I believe. But I have Alabama at 10-2. I have Georgia at 11-1. I have LSU at 10-2. I have Texas at 11-1, and then I do have Texas A&M at 10-2, and that's the wild card. You know, if they stumble around a little bit, and you know, because they do have a returning quarterback as well, that's a big part of this thing. If they end up 9-3 or 8-4, they're out. I have Ole Miss at 8-4. I'm in full wait and see mode with Pete Golding as the head coach there. I have him at 8-4.
Yeah. Again, it's just kind of like Ole Miss in a way is kind of like, you know, it's going to sound like crazy coming like out off like this, but like they're kind of like a much like better version of like South Carolina, where it's like you have all these questions about like the coach and like the, you know, all of those things, but they have like 2 awesome players. Like they have, like I said, maybe the 2 best players in the conference, definitely the best player in Trinidad Chambliss. Kind of like South Carolina, they have like these 3 supernova talents. Sellers, Dylan Stewart, and Harbor, where it's like if these 3 guys can just click at the same time and like play at a really high level, then it takes this team to another level, similarly to Ole Miss. But I agree with you. I think that they're definitely a potential fallback candidate.
I say he's maybe the best player. See, here, my thing on Trinidad Chambliss is he still came there as the backup quarterback from a D2 school, played in Lane Kiffin's system, with Lane Kiffin as his head coach. He's a quarterback whisperer. What he did with Blake Sims was absolutely amazing. And we've seen him do this over and over again with guys. Now he's working with a guy, Lane Kiffin, and Sam Levitt, that comes to LSU with a lot more chops than Trinidad Chambliss came to Ole Miss. And I think at the end of the day, I would not be stunned if at the end of the season that Sam Levitt is considered a better prospect than Trinidad Chambliss. You know, I just because of the coaching change. We can't. Yeah. I'm just not going to take that away. I need to see Trinidad Chambliss perform like that with a different coordinator in a different system.
Right. I'll say this. I don't foresee that happening, but that is not impossible, what you just laid out. That's a real possibility because, again, Sam Levitt, what we remember him as, not what happened last year. It kind of felt like a gap year or like a forgotten year, whatever was going on last year. But the year before, when Arizona State made that run in the playoff and probably should have beat Texas, if you can take that and scale it up in Lane Kiffin's system, now you're working with something.
Yeah. And by the way, Arch Manning is now, you know, he's not the guy he was at the beginning of the year. If he's the guy he was at the end of the year and he's building on that, they're all looking up at Arch Manning at the end, in my opinion. So.
He's going to have to show me that. He showed it late.
He showed it the last 3 or 4 games. The last 3 or 4 games, he was different. He sucked at the beginning of the year. Yeah,
he was. I just need to see it again for an entire. I just need to see it for an entire season. I need to see Texas's offense. You know, again, we're talking about quarterback whisperers and proclaimed offensive geniuses. You know, when is Texas's offense going to click all together? Yeah. You know, when's it all going to come together? If it does this year, then, you know, look out. But I need to see a little bit more. Even though Trinidad Chambliss's sample size isn't as big as others, I know this. When Trinidad Chambliss stepped across the field from equal talent or maybe greater talent on the defensive side, he showed up.
Yeah.
No. I can't say that for Arch Manning. I can't say that all the time for Sam Levitt and some of these other guys. So I'm still going to rock with Trinidad, but that doesn't mean I'm buying stock in Ole Miss.
We'll see. And we also, the wild card is going to be Keelan Russell. Because he might wow, you know. So that's kind of like the wild card of the whole deal.
Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate you as always. Great stuff. We'll look forward to keeping the conversation going as you are now in completely shrouded mode. So continue working your angles, and do you at least get to talk to players? You have availability. Obviously, Kalen DeBoer, I imagine, will speak tomorrow morning after the scrimmage.
Yeah. No players. Probably not the best time to get, probably, you know, from Alabama's perspective, it's like players are typically a lot more honest than their coaches, especially like right off the field. So I think for them, it's like, we're just going to have DeBoer go up there and do his normal thing where, you know, you ask him a question and he kind of answers it, but he kind of doesn't. And it takes up, you know, 4 minutes in the press conferences, 12 minutes and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But we'll be able to glean enough, I think.
Yeah, he can tap dance, that's for sure. If this football thing doesn't work out, he can go on Dancing with the Stars because he can tap dance with the best of them. All right, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, speaking of Arch Manning, when we come back, what do people think about his cousin, Marshall Manning? Oh, yeah, Peyton's son. I'll tell you what some people think next, right here on the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
The Atlanta Braves look to avoid the sweep with the Minnesota Twins. They're a slight favorite today at Minnesota. Braves minus 115, Twins minus 105, 8.5 over at Target Field. Zadarius Smith signs a one-year, $6 million deal. Could be worth $8 million with incentives. He signs with the Falcons. He has 70.5 career sacks in 11 seasons with 6 different NFL teams. Falcons a 3.5-point dog of the Colts on Saturday in preseason football. NASCAR, Ryan Blaney the favorite at plus 450 to win the Dollar Tree 301 at New Hampshire. Christopher Bell plus 550. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Make Baumhauer's Victory Grill your big game headquarters all of the 2026 season. You'll see why Baumhauer's has been voted best wings in Alabama and the #1 sports-themed restaurant in the state. With over 70-plus jumbo flat-screen TVs and state-of-the-art audio systems in each Baumhauer's, you'll be guaranteed a true stadium experience that'll make you feel like you're at the game. Baumhauer's also has a great new big game headquarters menu to help kick off the season, featuring several fan favorites at great prices. How about an ice-cold beer with those wings? Yingling and Yingling Flight pitchers are only $7.99, with pints going for only $2.99. What better way to take in the beautiful fall than with a Forno outdoor kitchen from Owen Home Appliance? The one that we are featuring now is the Forno Ultra Qualita 5-burner 176-inch black outdoor kitchen kit, complete with the grill, a pizza oven, a sink, a beverage center, a flat top, and all the counter space you could want. This thing is amazing. Learn more at owenappliance.com and just search out Forno Outdoor Kitchen. Owen Appliance in Forno, a match made for the fall.
Have you ever turned your back on God? Have you ever absolutely known the right thing to do and just turned around and walked away in disobedience? I know that I have. Aren't we thankful for our great and merciful God who loves us and forgives us and remembers our sin no more? I'm so thankful that his mercies are fresh every day. I need that, and I suspect you do too. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church, and if you're looking for a church home, come see us. We're smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison, and check us out at cpcfamily.org.
Hey folks, Arthur Seed, managing partner at University Kia, letting you know we are proud supporters of Alabama and Auburn football. Swing by University Kia today and check out our huge selections of brand new Kias, including the spacious Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the slick new K5, the sporty Kia Seltos. We've got perfect cars for every lifestyle and budget. Visit universitykia.com to view all our amazing offers and get pre-approved amenities, because we want to see you in a Kia. Roll Tide, War Eagle.
Baseball and softball players prepare for the spring with the 6th annual free preseason injury prevention screening night from Johnson & Hayes Physical Therapists. This one-on-one screening is based on the latest sports medicine research and evaluates key injury risk factors, including shoulder mobility, strength, stability, and hip function. Join us Tuesday, August 25th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at our Huntsville Clinic and receive a personalized assessment, detailed results, and exercises tailored to help you stay healthy and perform at your best next season. The screening is free free and open to all high school and college baseball and softball players. Don't let an injury sideline your season. Reserve your free screening today at johnsonandhayes.com. That's Tuesday, August 25th. And reserve your screening today at johnsonandhayes.com.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the show is brought to you by Ryan Harbin and his team at All About Water. I recently met with Ryan about a drainage issue and was thoroughly impressed with his professionalism and knowledge. And now on September 19th, you can see firsthand what these guys can do at Pond Tour 2026. You visit projects where they have built backyard water features right in the area, and you can ask questions, and it's all free. RSVP at allaboutwaterllc.com or visit their Facebook page for participating addresses. Woogie rock there. In honor of Frank Beard passing away. ZZ Top down to just Z. Billy Gibbons. They were great. And look, I know that 77 years old is not young. I get that, but 77 years old is also not old. That's 10 years younger than my dad. That's how old my buddy Billy Simmons is 77 years old. 77 is not old, and he's still playing golf 3 times a week.
No, well, we don't know what these guys were doing
in
their free time.
I'm not saying that. I mean, look, they're rock stars. You know what I mean? I would imagine that they were ridden hard and put up wet. I get that. But now, all 3 guys were born in 1949. Did we put the crack research team on whether or not there's any relation? The cousins, nothing.
No.
No relation. No relations. No relations. Okay. No relation. You know who is related? Marshall Manning to Arch Manning. How's that for a professional segue? Arch Manning, of course, is the son of Cooper Manning, who was the best athlete of the 3 Manning sons. So Archie Manning has, of course, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, and Cooper Manning. Cooper Manning was the wide receiver of the 3. The other 2, of course, go on to be quarterbacks. Some think Eli's a Hall of Fame quarterback someday. I don't. But it was a very, very good quarterback, won 2 Super Bowls. And Peyton Manning is Peyton Manning. Cooper Manning was the best athlete of all of them, and he turned out in high school, it turned out that he had a spine, that thing in your neck where you got a narrowing of the spinal cord canal type thing. And so he had to stop playing football. They said he was risking paralysis. He was the best athlete of the 3 Manning boys, of Archie's 3 boys, was Cooper. So Cooper's kid is Arch Manning, okay? And Peyton's son is Marshall Manning, okay? Marshall Manning is a freshman at the Baylor School. Now, the Baylor School, what's the Baylor School? Those of you in Huntsville, you know the Baylor School. You've heard about that recently because that's where Cortez Carr transferred to from Buckhorn to the Baylor School in Chattanooga. John, do you know what the tuition is at the Baylor School, a high school?
How much is the tuition at a high school?
$85,000 a year.
I'm not worth that much.
No,
apparently
$85,000 a year to go to the Baylor School. If you're not, not
was my education not important to you?
Not $85,000 worth, that's for sure. I'll say this about the Baylor School. The Baylor School is where Spain trained during the World Cup. That's how beautiful the Baylor School is. The Baylor School facilities are unbelievable. It's right on the Tennessee River in Chattanooga. It is a spectacular campus. It's like a small college. It's like a small college, okay? It's not IMG Academy where kids go strictly to play sports and get their education, all right? But it is an elite. It's the number 1 football program in the state of Tennessee. But here's the rub about all of this. The TSSAA, which is the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association, all right, the TSSA, they have rankings for the top 75 seniors in the state of Tennessee. Then they do the top 50 juniors in the state and the top 25 sophomores in the state. And finally, they rank the top 10 freshman high school football players in the state of Tennessee. Who in the heck can rank a 14-year-old kid coming out of 8th grade? The top 10 freshmen, I can tell you this, my grandson will be a freshman in 2 years. He will not be in the top 10 freshmen in the state of Tennessee. Okay? So they list these kids, the top 10 freshmen in the state of Tennessee. How they know anything about them, I don't know. Some of them are, number 8 is Hudson Tarpley. He's 6'3", 280-pound offensive lineman. He's 14 years old. Okay? Fine. Number 10 is Sutton Smith out of Collierville. He's 6'5", 265 pounds. He's on college radars right now. He's an offensive and defensive lineman. Okay? The Tarpley kid I just told you about, he has offers from MTSU, Tennessee State, Miami of Ohio, Murray State, Nicholls State already. He's a freshman. Did I mention these are freshmen in high school? Okay. Number 3 is Trent Perkins of Franklin Road Academy. Franklin Perkins is 6 foot, weighs 180 pounds. He's a wide receiver DB, and he's got offers from Vandy, Nebraska, Tulane, and Memphis. John, he's a freshman. But the number 2 ranked freshman in this high school freshman in the state of Tennessee is Lawson Ford from Collierville, which is out in western Pennsylvania or western Tennessee. 6'6", 210-pound tight end, 14 years old. 6'6", 214, tight end DL, and he's 14 years old.
Kid's built like a Ford.
He has offers from Ole Miss and LSU. Damn. 14.
SEC schools.
Hasn't played a down of high school football yet. But the number 1 freshman in the state of Tennessee is 5'11", 170-pound quarterback Marshall Manning. He's not even the starter there. They got a quarterback by the name of Keegan Croucher, who is a 4-star committed to Ole Miss as their starting quarterback. And yet, Peyton Manning's son, it says, why chosen? Manning is the son of former NFL and Tennessee quarterback Peyton Manning. He has created buzz ever since transferring to Baylor before his 8th grade season. You got to be kidding me. Number 1 freshman in the state.
He's got the blood in him.
Not even going to play.
Got the blood.
Knox Kiffin gets a lot of love, too, as being a rising quarterback. All right, we'll get a break. We'll come back. Wrap it up next. Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Now, Jimmy, you better not be eating that baseball again.
But Dad, I yearn for the sweet taste of the sport. This is the best that I got.
Well, then, put down that ball and let's head over to the yard for something a little less rubber-y.
Don't eat your glove this season. Take advantage of our Big Zone deals and head on over to the Yard Milkshake Barn right outside of Toyota Field, where you'll find sweet treats like the Biscoff Cheesecake, Sweet Heat Mango, Shirley Temple Floats, and so many more. It's the Yard Milkshake Barn. Make this summer a home run hit.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. Taking care of your property yourself can be a real headache. Eagle can handle it for you. They offer full landscaping services, irrigation, mowing, bush hog, and can install plants and trees, sod, and even landscape borders. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money. Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
Looking for your next great round of golf? Take the short drive from the Tennessee Valley to the Bear Trace at Tim's Ford in Winchester. This spectacular Jack Nicklaus designed 18-hole course sits along scenic Tim's Ford Lake, featuring rolling fairways, challenging greens, and lake views that'll make the trip well worth it. Whether you're planning a weekly foursome, a company outing, or just sneaking in around, Bear Trace offers one of the best public golf experiences in the region. Book your tee time today at tnstateparks.com and play the Bear Trace at Tim's Ford.
Lake Gunnersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Gunnersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Gunnersville.
Welcome to Southern Wagyu Steakhouse and Meat Market in Huntsville. From hand-cut premium steaks and chef-crafted Southern favorites to phenomenal made-from-scratch desserts and restaurant-quality meats you can take home. Every meal is made with passion and served with genuine Southern hospitality. Join us for lunch or dinner. Attend a monthly 5-course supper club or stop by to stock up your grill. You'll see that we deliver excellence from prep to plate. Southern Wagyu Steakhouse and Meat Market, corner of Highway 72 East and Jordan Road. Come taste the difference.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Hello, listeners. I want to tell you a little bit about Minuteman Press and what we have to offer our community. We specialize in paper printing and can help from designing your piece to the finished product. We print media guides for many of the athletic departments at high schools and universities around the area. We typically purchase sponsorships from these schools as well, try and help them with their fundraising. Once we have reached our new normal, we also print all types of marketing materials for you to hand out either in person, via mail, or at various trade shows and events. At Minuteman Press, we're not just putting ink on paper, we're building relationships.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
What better way to take in the beautiful fall than with a Forno outdoor kitchen from Owen Home Appliance? The one that we are featuring now is the Forno Ultra Qualita 5-burner 176-inch black outdoor kitchen kit, complete with the grill, a pizza oven, a sink, a beverage center, a flat top, and all the counter space you could want. This thing is amazing. Learn more at owenappliance.com and just search out Forno Outdoor Kitchen. Owen Appliance in Forno, a match made for the fall. So Vinny just hit the text window. I had no idea about this. Billy Gibbons' wife, Gilly Stillwater, her parents live in Madison, Alabama. Who knew?
Could be listening right now.
They might be listening right now. Gilly's daddy might be a Sports Talk Radio fan. Gilly looks like she might be a couple of 30 years younger than Billy. Maybe, I'm not sure. Good job by him. All right, that's going to do it. We are toast. Glad we got through it. Glad you listened. Appreciate the boys in the other side of the glass. I'm Thom Abraham. Have a great day, everybody.